So this morning's first film was the last Noir Alley film of the season before 31 Days of Oscars starts, and this was quite a film. It had a lot going on. This was 1951's Tomorrow is Another Day. Hilariously, in 1951, there was an Italian film also titled Tomorrow is Another Day. Who knew? Were they both named after the line in Gone with the Wind? I don't know. But in today's, our version of Tomorrow's Another Day, directed by Felix E. Feist from a screenplay by Felix E. Feist and Art Cohn, we have Steve Cochran being released from prison after 18 years behind bars, having killed his father at the age of 13, and little tidbits that you get from looking at the newspaper clippings featured in the film. Supposedly his arrest and trial was such a sensation that they raised the age in this universe of when somebody would be tried as an adult and put in regular ass prison. So we have him spending his formative years in prison. He has missed the war. He has missed all kinds of things. He is now 31 years old and really emotionally and socially underdeveloped. He tries to go to his hometown and has a delightful scene where he decides to order 3 slices of pie, which, a man after my own heart, I love pie. He accidentally gets profiled by a reporter who recognizes him and blasts his picture all over the local news. And so he's like, well, I can't live here now. Thanks, guy. And so he goes to New York because that's what everyone does. At which point he goes to a place called, I think it was like Dreamland, and ends up with a taxi dancer because this is a noir after all, and it's a very, very, very bottle blonde Ruth Roman who, he takes a little liking to. She's a little sassy, and they end up together, and unfortunately, someone dies. The rest of the film follows the two of them as they go on the run, fall in love, get married, might have a baby, and then possibly get caught by the police. It's a very interesting film. It has a lot of the different tropes of film noir all mixed together, as well as sort of this post Grapes of Wrath, like Steinbeckian second half that looks at sort of the working class in America. The one thing that's missing in a lot of mid-century Steinbeckian stories is that a lot of the people working in the fields in California, yes, were white post Dust Bowl, but there were also a lot of people from Mexico, and that always somehow, especially in California, somehow that always gets lost in the telling of stories, because we like to whitewash literally everything, especially in the mid-century. It had not the best ending, and according to host Eddie Muller, that ending was because it most likely got tested in Pasadena and or one of the many other sort of places in the valley where they would test films, and it was probably too bleak, and so they changed it to this really sort of sappy, happy ending that's unrealistic. A lot of things in the film are unrealistic, but like the ending is the most unrealistic of all the things. But a lot of great performers in this film, including Lorene Tuttle and Ray Teal and John Kellogg, as well as Robert Hyatt, who plays a boy named Johnny. He is in a bunch of film noir as a kid, and then if you look at his later career, he wrote and directed some really weird-looking B movies in the 70s that seem fantastic, and I need to track them down. One of them has Zaza in it, so how can you go wrong with a diamond heist comedy with Zaza Gabor? I need that movie immediately. So this is Warner Brothers. It might be available on Warner Archive, not sure. But this is a great, up until the last 5 minutes, tense, Lovers on the Run film noir from Felix E. Feist in 1951. One of the best performances I've seen out of Ruth Roman. I really love her in Strangers on a Train, but this one, she really knocks it out of the park. really showing you all the different nuances of this character and how she became who she became. This film has a lot of great one-liners from everyone involved. Steve Cochran is very emotional in this film, which is always good when you get a lead, I think, especially in the 50s, a lead male character who shows complex emotions. It's not that common, so it's great to see. Anyways, this is 1951's Tomorrow's Another Day. You can watch it on Watch TCM right now. I think it's probably available on DVD from Warner Archive Collection. And you should check it out. Have a good Sunday. I'm going to be watching silent films for the rest of the day, so get ready for that video in a little bit. Well, I have to watch the movies first, but they're coming. Silent films. Silent Sunday. Oh, yeah.